Hello and welcome back to What Are We Gonna Believe Now? I'm sitting here with the scientific mystic, one of my favorite human beings, Adrienne.
Hi, Makiva. And this is Makiva Ellington, the Abstract Oracle. And today we've got a pretty juicy topic for you.
We're gonna go we talked about attention on our first video, but we want to really kind of go a little deeper into attention and how we can manipulate it to our benefit.
Manipulation as a good thing?
It is a good thing.
Tell me more.
Let me tell you more. So, manipulation, when we think of manipulation, most of the time we think about being manipulated by some other person. Mm-hmm. And that does happen. Of course it does.
Yeah.
But we also manipulate our fingers.
I can do that.
So, manipulation is really more about handling our whatever it is.
Right.
Handling a particular thing.
Right. Like I can manipulate clay and make a sculpture.
Exactly.
I can manipulate people for good or for bad.
Absolutely.
But today, we really want to talk about manipulating ourselves because when you're talking about attention, that's exactly what you're doing. You are managing. And if you keep hearing us talk about etymologies, that's one of our favorite things. So manipulation and manage share a root word in Latin, and it's manipulus, which just means handful. So it's all about how you are handling aspects of your life.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. That is perfectly it. So we were talking earlier, and we were just talking about Facebook Live and how that can be used to manipulate your attention or take that handful out of attention that is yours and manipulate it to whatever someone else wants it to be.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I think the concept of the Facebook Live video is pretty interesting. First off, it's not like a pre-recorded video like this one, right? You can tune in. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning, and you could be in China, and you could be watching this. We have no idea where you are or what's going on. But if you do Facebook Live, it's timely. It's something that's happening right now, which to a certain degree would imply that maybe it's important, right? When you have like a breaking news story on the news. So you want to tune in because it's something that's timely. It's happening right now, right? So it should be important. Well, what we've seen just recently with Facebook Live is there was a person that went on and killed someone live on Facebook Live, right? So it's really hilarious because
Allegedly,
because neither one of us have seen the video, nor have we really entertained much of the information about it because we've managed our attention so that we are purposefully not engaging it. Yes. Because any person that would make that kind of event be something that's live, a breaking news thing, is clearly seeking attention.
Yes.
And unfortunately, that person was not able to get my attention. And I was not going to give it. And fortunate for me, I got to use that attention to do other things. I had a fairly pleasant day on the day that Facebook exploded about this, right?
Because all I saw was, post after post after post. And it was like, what are they talking about? I really don't care. Because I don't want to use my attention and give it energy that can, now I'm in this space where I'm feeling all these emotions or feeling, I'm up in arms about some stuff and it's like that's not, that our adrenaline is going, that's not good for us.
No.
To continually be bombarded with all of this negativity.
Yeah.
And we always talk about paying attention because attention has value. And not just to for our own lives, but just period. It's a valuable thing. And so we talk about, we love words. We talk about relanguaging, which we'll get into later on. But one of the things that we do is kind of look up the etymology of the word and also like synonyms of the words or things like that. So one of the synonyms that I found extremely interesting was jackpot.
Jackpot! So one of the synonyms for attention is jackpot. That's crazy. So when you say pay attention, it's not just a figure of speech. It's actually something that is already recognized.
Yes.
Inside of the language we speak English. Mm-hmm. So inside the English language, these connections are already there. So when you decide to apply your attention in a certain direction, you are paying a cost. And just earlier you were talking about how we're being bombarded with a lot of negativity, possibly feeling a lot of emotions. And what happens in your body when you pay that particular kind of attention is your body is flooded with stress hormones. Mm-hmm. And it gives us, the belly fat, and your body does not work properly when it's under constant stress. So
absolutely.
A lot of what we're used to now is bathing us in stress hormones. Mm-hmm. And always having the phones on and all the dings and the
right
notifications, right, things you have to answering emails in the middle of the night. All of that stuff is actually having a cost to your body.
Mm-hmm. Which is priceless.
Which is absolutely priceless. You only get one of these.
That's it. And you want to take care of it. We do enough damage on our own without the influence of attention, jackpot being stolen.
Absolutely.
So, and some other kind of words that would show you that the value is a part of what attention is was commodity, gift. It's a gift.
That's amazing.
Charity. Compensation.
Wow.
So you're going to be compensated for paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Or your attention is compensating someone else. It's always an energetic exchange.
Exactly.
Attention is absolutely an energetic exchange because you are using your attention in a certain direction with a specific goal of pulling something back. So whenever your attention is towards something, you are bringing something back to you.
Mm-hmm. And
what are you bringing back?
Right, and that's what I say. Like I have that Facebook Live thing. It's like a contagion. Yeah. It spreads this dis-ease to your attention, which affects your body, and then you're walking around and you're wondering, why is your back hurting?
Yeah.
Or why is it that you can't sleep?
Yeah, you have headaches.
Right.
Feel anxious.
Yes.
All of these things serve to do that.
Absolutely. And that anxiousness, because have suffered from anxiety, but it came from that considering other people and how they felt more so than how I felt, because I was paying more attention to them than I was myself.
Wow.
I don't do that anymore.
Good for you.
Yes.
Good for you.
Yes. So there was another thing that happened in the news. There was some big brawl or something. We're in Detroit. We're from Detroit. Yay.
Motor City.
There was some big brawl in the middle of a downtown area here. And the area is maybe about 4 blocks. And the police station is like
a block away.
Right. But somehow this massive brawl happened, but the police didn't know. Really? So the police weren't paying attention.
Well, that's not surprising. I mean, because all of us have challenges with our attention, but that was pretty odd because that particular area, which is called Greektown, if you're in Detroit or from or going to visit Detroit, fantastic place to visit. So we're talking about a brawl, great food. Mm-hmm. Not usually this is probably the last place inside of Detroit that you would expect anything violent to break out because of the enormous police presence. If you're in Greektown, one of the things that will come to your attention is how many police there are.
Yes, it's almost like a police car for every 5 to 10 people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Usually we think it's ridiculous, except for in the instance of this brawl, it was able to happen somehow. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing with the attention. Our society, we are bred almost to give our attention away.
Mm-hmm.
Really, and it's ours. It's our jackpot.
Yeah.
It's ours to, it's our value and what we place on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we want to talk about how you can manipulate your own attention.
Yeah.
And be able to tell the difference between when you're manipulating it and when it's being manipulated by others. Whether those others can be situations,
mm-hmm.
people,
the news,
the
internet,
family.
Yeah.
All of those things. So I'll let you go first. Because she always has the greatest.
Oh my goodness.
Explain it.
No pressure there. So one of the ways, well, first we'll start with how to understand when you're being manipulated from the outside. Mm-hmm. So how does that even look? First off, is it your business? And that might be number one. That might be the last one too, because when you think about it, even with the news, when there's stuff that's happening and it didn't happen to you, is it really your business?
No.
Now, to a certain degree, we all must maintain a base level of awareness about what's happening. We talk about news stories and global news stories. And so for you to understand just at a basic level what's happening is absolutely, that's part of self-preservation. You need to know enough. But there is a fine line between seeking it out and being being given to you constantly without your permission. So first off, is it your business? 2, did you give permission? So I was having a conversation with a friend, right? Hey friend, I hope you're watching this. And they were starting to talk about something, and I said, hey, stop. Whatever you're about to talk about is not my business, and I don't want it forced on me. And eventually the friend worked it into conversation anyway, which to a certain degree is very disrespectful. So you have to be careful about how you are manipulating other people's attention. So
mm-hmm.
if it's not someone else's business, why are you telling it to them?
Right.
Why are you bringing it to me? If it's something just god awful and made you feel like shit,
why would you share that?
You're going to share the poops? Like, oh, I got poop on my hand. Look at you, what's up? No.
Thank you. And then
we have to stop. We gotta stop that.
Yes.
And so, so 1, is it your business? 2, have you given permission? And 3, is this something that is tied into your purpose? That helps you to make a decision of whether or not you want to pay attention to something or not.
Right.
And when that choice or decision is taken away from you, it's like attention rape. Now, don't come after me about attention rape. Please don't.
It is, though.
It is.
Because it's a violation.
It absolutely is a violation. It's the internet. We already have established it's an energetic exchange. And if you come in and take my energy from me, you take my attention, you get in my jackpot, that's a problem.
Right. You're stealing.
You're stealing. Get your hand out my jackpot.
I need you to stop.
So those are ways that you can kind of identify if it's coming from external
ways.
And then
internally, how we can, the attention comes in when we are in a situation like Adrian just explained, where someone they proceed anyway. Mm-hmm. Well, at that point, you have the option to sit there quietly and tune them out like we do a lot of times.
Yeah.
Or to tell them, again, I'm not listening to you.
No.
And because we have to teach people how to treat us.
Yeah.
And so most of the purposely setting this goal for ourselves that we value who we are. We value our attention and where it's going. And understanding that I am not going to allow you to manipulate my attention. I'm going to manipulate it by either ignoring you or telling you to stop. Absolutely. We're just trying, this is about self-care.
Absolutely.
And that's so very important. Again, that's your jackpot.
Yeah, it's your jackpot. So from what I'm hearing you say is, you'll know it's from inside you when you made a decision.
Absolutely.
To apply your attention.
That's it.
And then another
conscious decision.
Conscious.
I'm doing this. You don't have to say it out loud, but sometimes you might. And then you could just, I'm making a decision that I don't want to listen to what you're talking about because I'm not interested in that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So one of the ways is it's you've made a conscious decision. Another way to know that that you are manipulating your own attention is if whatever you're focusing your attention on is very closely related to your goals or your life purpose, like your purpose. So it's really easy to manage your attention when you surround yourself with things that are all about your life, your life purpose and your life work.
Yes.
So that's another way. Another thing, another way to really figure out whether the attention that you're giving is being manipulated by you is this my business?
Right.
Right. So some stuff may not be about your life purpose. This might be an energy bill that you got to pay. So that wants your attention, and by golly, you better pay attention and pay your bill,
right?
So you can have lights.
Yes.
Okay.
Or we like lights.
Do we like lights? We love lights. So you have that. So yes, even though that is coming from external, that's your business. So you should be trying to make the decisions.
Right. This is my dad used to tell us all the time, tending and minding. So tend to your business and mind your business.
It's yours.
It's yours. It is yours. So you want to take that and use it to the best of your ability. But if you're like taking your attention and this all random and, all willy-nilly all over the place, then you wonder why you're not having the success that you're looking for.
Yeah.
One way to do that is rein your harness in around those attentions and pull them back in. Like, okay, do I really? And then ask yourself questions like, do I really need to pay attention to this?
Exactly.
Because like you were saying, some things are valuable. You do need to know. Yes, you do. You probably want to pay attention to your light bill. That's important.
Yes.
You might not want to pay attention to the person next door's light bill.
Absolutely.
It has nothing to do with you. So doing what it's all about self first.
Yeah.
It's not selfish, self first. And doing what tending and minding does is bring your attention back to you.
Absolutely.
And gives you the ability to have responsibility. Respond ability. Yes, Bruce Lee, he says, keep your mind on things you want and off those you don't.
Simple.
So very easy.
Simple. And so for the next week or so, or just, as it comes to your mind, try to figure out, is my attention right now being manipulated by an external factor or by an internal factor? And I tell you what, like I've done a tally sheet of times when people are trying to manipulate me from the outside. Actually, I had my daughter do a similar exercise. I was trying to get her to stop watching cartoons so much. And she was watching cartoons, and I said, well, I want you to make a tally mark every time the company tries to sell you something.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, so I came home to a tally sheet full of lines and a scribble. I went outside to play. So it's one of those things where once you start to pay attention to the way things are moving around you, then you really might actually decide to exit and do a different thing altogether.
So, I think that kind of pulled it all together here. So we want to thank you again for watching. And
if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel.
Yes. Comment below and have fun with it. Tell us even tell us what you experimented with and how it worked for you.
Absolutely.
We'd love to hear about it. So thank you again.
Thank you.
What are we going to believe?